If you're dealing with a workplace bully right now, you need to know something. They're probably using the same tactics against you that I've seen destroy careers for 30 years. But here's what they don't expect. When you know what they're trying to do, you can stop them in their tracks. My name's Lucy. I'm a former CEO and leader of teams, and today I'm going to give you the exact same strategies that I've used to bully-proof my teams. So let's get practical and let's get tactical. Tactic 1, the documentation shield. Bullies rely on your word against theirs. Here's how you flip that script. Every single interaction with this person gets documented, and I mean every single one. Email them a summary after every conversation, even ones that you have in the hallway. Here's the exact format, and I'm going to refer to my notes to get it right for you. Hi, following up on our conversation today at 2 p.m. about the Johnson project, you asked me to redo the entire presentation by tomorrow. I explained this would require working through the night as the original deadline was Friday. You said, and I quote, "That's your problem, not mine. I'm documenting this timeline concern and will do my best to meet the revised deadline." Notice what you're doing here. Timestamp, specific quotes, factual example, no emotion. Send it and CC your personal email. Why this works. Bullies hate paper trails. The moment you start documenting, their behaviour often changes because suddenly there's written evidence. And what if it doesn't change? Well, you're building your case. Tactic 2, the boundary script. Bullies test boundaries constantly. Here's how you hold the line without escalating. They make an inappropriate comment about your work. Don't ignore it. Don't get emotional, but use this exact framework. I'm not comfortable with that comment. Let's keep our feedback focused on the work itself. They interrupt you in meetings every single time. Here's your script. I wasn't finished. I'd like to complete my point. Then continue speaking. Don't ask permission. State the boundary and hold it. Here's what I've learned over my career. Bullies escalate when the boundaries aren't clear, but they back down when boundaries are crystal clear and they're consistently enforced. Your tone matters here. Calm, factual, clear. You're conveying that this boundary is non-negotiable. You're not asking, you're informing. Tactic number 3, the grey rock method. And this one is perfect for bullies who feed on your emotional reaction. Here's the psychology. Bullies love drama. They love anger. They love tears. They love emotion. They want a response. They want defensiveness. That's their fuel. So what you can do is become the most boring, bland, grey rock in the office. You don't give them what they want. They try to provoke you about your weekend plans. Fine, thanks. You respond. Then nothing. They criticise your presentation style. I'll take that into consideration. Then move on. They try to gossip about colleagues. I haven't noticed that. Change the subject. You're giving them nothing to work with. No detail, no engagement, no emotion. Just bland responses that shut down the conversation. I've watched this technique diffuse the most aggressive bullies because suddenly you're just not interesting anymore. They want people to give them the emotion they crave. You be the boring grey rock. Tactic number 4, the witness network. Never fight a bully alone. Here's how you build your protection system. Identify 3 people. Somebody in your team who has witnessed the behaviour. Someone in HR or management that you can trust. Someone outside your immediate team who can be objective. Schedule brief check-ins with each one, not to gossip, but to document. Use this language. I wanted to touch base about some workplace dynamics that I'm navigating. I've noticed specific behaviour. Have you observed anything similar? You're doing two things. You're creating witnesses who can corroborate your experience, and you're testing whether this is a pattern that others have noticed. And here's the truth. Bullies rarely target just one person. When you start connecting with others, you'll often discover that you're not alone. And multiple voices reporting the same behaviour, then HR has to act. This isn't about building a case against someone. It's about protecting yourself with facts and with witnesses. And tactic number 5, the exit strategy. And sometimes the smartest tactic of all is knowing when to leave. If you've documented, if you've set boundaries, if you've used grey rock, if you've identified witnesses and still nothing changes, maybe it's time to consider moving on. Start planning your exit, update your CV, activate your network, maybe set a timeline, 3 months, 6 months, whatever you need. What I've learned from 30 years of leadership, your career is too valuable to sacrifice it to somebody else's dysfunction. Having an exit plan isn't giving up. It's about taking back control. You deserve a workplace where you can thrive, not just survive. And this is exactly why I created this channel, because I believe that work should lift us up and not wear us down. Which tactic are you using first? Drop it in the comments. And if you're wondering, should I stay in my job or is it time to go? Then watch my latest video, which I'll link to below. You've got this. Thank you so much for being here.